Doc Germany. Hey, thanks for coming. I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you, this situation with Donald Trump is getting annoying as fuck. See, Donald Trump's father, Fred, taught him taught him how to utilize lawyers in every sense in regards to family, in regards to business, in regards to everything. Use lawyers. And then, if you lose, then you appeal. And then, if you lose there, you appeal to a higher court. And if you lose there, you appeal to a higher court. I mean, it is just a continuing saga. You can almost set your watch by it. I mean, if Donald Trump loses a decision in the courts, he will utilize the attorneys to go on to the next level, and to the next level, and to the next level. But see, what's happening here, and this is where it gets really interesting, Donald Trump has used his private lawyers in cases regarding sexual assault or other accusations that have been made by him. And these attorneys, Todd Blanche, one of them, yeah, they lost. They lost. But they still were Trump's lawyers. And even to the day Donald Trump won his election, they were still his lawyers. So, and then what happened? Donald Trump puts them in positions of power because he knows that they will not be able to go and say anything against him because of the lawyer-client privilege. So, however, because of Donald Trump's desires to have certain outcomes in the courts, he has had these lawyers or DOJ lawyers, everybody who's working for him, for the government. And see, that's where it's really wrong. The government is supposed to be for the people, not for the president. And that's where we got a real problem. Everybody seems to accept that Donald Trump is using the DOJ as his personal attorney. So the situation is going to get really, really bad. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Donald Trump chose Todd Blanche to be the new Attorney General. The Attorney General is somebody who is supposed to be protecting the rights of the public, not the president. So, and what's going to happen now is there going to be a shitload, and I'm talking about a shitload of disbarments. For all of you up and coming attorneys, or for all of you people that are in university and trying to get your law license, do not let individuals like Donald Trump screw you out of all of the school years that you put in to getting your law license. Because I guarantee you, in the end, if you go to work for Donald Trump, you will lose your law license. And that's a lot of time. It's a lot of years that you put in to get that law license. And there's going to be a lot of them. There's going to be a lot of them that are going to be going just to the way of the wind. And there might even be some that go to jail. Because, see, the extent of their dishonesty is beyond belief. Katie Fang is an independent reporter, also a lawyer, a very, very strong voice in independent media. Thank you, Katie, for your lawsuit against Todd Blanche. Thank you for pushing that punk into a corner to try to defend the crap that he's doing. Because I guarantee you, Ghislaine Maxwell is looking forward to her pardon. And it's going to come. Now, when all of these other lawyers who lose their licenses because they lied to the courts in documents, in documents. So that's there's no wiggle room there. You know what I'm saying? There's no wiggle room. When you do some shit like that, I mean, there's no way out of it. And when the police go and try to take care of some business, you know, much like the courts, they ain't trying to hear no bullshit. They don't want to hear no excuses. All that other shit is out the window. So, and just because it's the government does not mean they are above getting checked. And that is exactly what is happening. Todd Blanche is getting his ass checked. Katie Fang is pushing him into a corner, and his lies are going to be exposed. Donald Trump's lies are going to be exposed. The Epstein files are going to expose the level of his depravity. And the stuff that he did with Jeffrey Epstein is going to come out. And when it all comes out, then he ain't going to be hanging around in the president's office no more. He's going to be sitting in a 5x9 somewhere with an orange jumpsuit on. At least I hope that. Now, normally I don't wish for bad things on people. You know what I'm saying? I ain't wish that he died. I mean, I didn't say that. But I just think that he should get what he deserves. And the fact that he's utilizing all these lawyers, and all of these lawyers are losing their licenses because they're lying for him, or going to the court and filing stuff that is, you know, beyond belief. It's not even acceptable to file the shit that they're filing sometimes. And their excuses that they try to give to the courts is also laughable. So when push comes to shove, all of these lawyers that were over there standing up for Donald Trump and trying to defend his illegal actions, his blatant disregard for the safety of Americans, his blatant disregard and disrespect for private citizens. Look what ICE is doing. ICE just shot a couple of more Americans, and I mean, nobody's getting prosecuted. And that is pissing me off. Now, I'm sitting here in Rostock, Germany. I'm not there. I can't do nothing. I'm not a lawyer. But I can put that information out there, which is what I do here on Traitors with Matt Fox. And for the future, when all the doors start to fall down and you start to see what's really happening, then you're going to start taking what I have said to heart. Time is becoming of the essence, and Trump knows that. And the midterms cannot go through. And he is already trying to get 2 senators from Georgia, that would be Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff. He's already trying to screw them out of their Senate seats, using the AG to try to come up with some sort of deal to screw them out of their Senate seats. But it doesn't matter. In the end, Donald Trump is going to lose. And just as his purple hands and fat ankles are real, it is also going to be real that... yeah, I'll get to that, Nick. Yeah, thanks for commenting. I will get to that. But just like his purple hands and his fat ankles, it's going to be real. And he's going to feel it. Because Todd Blanche will not be the new AG. and his subsequent pick, whoever knows who that's going to be, ain't going to make it through either. So Donald Trump will be impeached. So as far as the Iran war, this is another area where I've been touching on. Donald Trump seems to think that him going over there and throwing some bombs is going to make Iran subservient to him, and that they're going to open up the Strait of Hormuz again. Let me go ahead and put this out there. Before Donald Trump and Israel attacked Iran unnecessarily, the Strait of Hormuz was not an issue. The Straits of Hormuz was not an issue. And now, because Bibi Netanyahu talked freaking Trump into going over there and bombing Iran, now it's a big issue. And now all the countries up there in the Persian Gulf are screwed. They all ought to be suing Trump. They ought to all be suing Trump. They ought to all be suing not America, but Trump. Because Trump is the guy making the decisions. And I can't understand why Americans continue to ignore the stuff that this dude is doing. He is utilizing our military service members to attack a country that did not attack us, who for 12 months here, he said they had nuclear weapons and they were all obliterated, right? And now, 2 months ago or 4 months ago, he says, oh, well, they're going to have a nuclear weapon in 2 weeks. Bullshit. Bullshit. He attacked Iran without any grounds whatsoever, only because Bibi Netanyahu talked him into it. He is the first president out of many that Bibi Netanyahu has tried to encourage to attack Iran. And that is what he did, and he's a dumbass for that. All right? So hopefully, the situation with Iran will somehow get cleared up. I foresee that maybe when the Democrats take over the House and the Senate, they will be impeaching Donald Trump. That goes without saying. But whether he gets convicted in the Senate, that's another question. But I'm thinking maybe that the guys in the Senate have had enough of the bullshit that Donald Trump's doing. Because thanks for the compliment there, Niqua. Yeah, the things that he is doing over there is costing Americans money. It's costing Americans money, and it's going to cost Americans even more money. He's already talking about giving Iran $300 billion. Look, he made a big old hissy fit about fucking Obama giving Iran $150 billion that they had in our banks. And that was back in the game when they signed the what was that there, I forget the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. The nuclear agreement that he made with Iran, JCPOJ or some shit like that. Nevertheless, the point is, had he left that as it was, it wouldn't have been a problem. I mean, they weren't talking about anything. Iran never made any kind of statements on public television talking about they were going to go and bomb America. So, and Donald Trump tried to use the fact that they were shooting their own citizens over there, which is also something that Donald Trump is doing also, shooting his own citizens, that he was going to go over there and be seen as a hero. Man, my ass. Look, so this is what's going on. Niqua, pay attention. Donald Trump tried to give the Kurds like $20 million in weapons to give to the Iranian public, to the citizenry, these weapons so they could overthrow their own government. So the Kurds decided we're going to go ahead and keep those weapons. And now these weapons are in the hands of those Kurds. And now these Kurds are trying to put some sort of a movement together to come in to Iran and to liberate the public. we're going to see how this is going to go. I don't even think for a minute that it's the type of outcome that is going to be long lasting. And the Iranian people, I mean, I know a lot of Iranian people in America, in Los Angeles. Hey, cool ass people. I don't want to know, I don't know about all that other stuff about uh, people being shot or whatever for wearing, for not wearing their headscarves or whatever. I mean, I'm totally against headscarves. I'm totally against clothes, you know what I'm saying? I think we should all be walking around naked. That's just the way I am. So, nevertheless, in regards to the Muslim traditions of wearing burqas and head coverings and all that other stuff, ah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not into it. And as far as the Muslim religion and the strictness of it, it's just not for me. My question is, what happens to individuals that are born into Muslim families that don't want to hang out and do Muslim things? What I mean, are they beaten for that? Or are they don't have any freedom in regards to their own religion? Just because their mom and dad are Muslim, do they have to be Muslim as well? I mean, my mom and dad were Catholic, and yeah, I'm Catholic too. But I don't have to be. I could I could do whatever I want to do, and I'm definitely not a good Catholic. But I mean, I'm just saying, this is all the stuff that's going to be happening here in the future. All right, in regards to Iran and Donald Trump's continuing, yeah, throwed off behavior, we're going to see what's going to happen. Tune in again. I'm going to come back later on this afternoon when I get a little bit more information on some of the things that I've been researching. But I know one thing is for sure: the Iranian government is sick and tired of hearing Donald Trump's continuing crying, his continuing threats, and they're not impressed. All right. Okay, guys, I'm going to come back to you later on this afternoon. Hope you guys are having a good day wherever you're at. I'm in Rostock, Germany, like I said. And yeah, it's sunny today. I hope you guys are having a good day as well. This is Matt Fox, and this was Traitors. Thanks for joining me. Subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Oh, and one special thing I wanted to throw out there. You guys, there's a lot of guys that do podcasts for political situations like I do, and they write books about those situations and the future and stuff. That's not me. But I did write a book, and I want you guys to see it. So I'm going to try to get it in my details. So look down there. Hey, no, it's not a MAGA hat. Thanks, Cruz. No, it's not a MAGA hat. It's an LA hat because I'm from LA. Okay, so like I said, I wrote a book. The book is called, and listen to this, It's a Crazy Life. Nobody said this shit was going to happen. All right? Look it up. I guarantee you're going to love it. It is one of those books where you pick it up and what is the genre of the book? The book, yeah, it's a fiction book. It's a fiction book. It is a book about my life. I was born in Japan, and it starts off from the moment of my birth. But it's funny and it's freaking crazy. So, A Crazy Life. Nobody said this shit was going to happen. I guarantee you, if you read that book, you'll be done in one night. It's crazy. 227 pages of continuing laughing and just crazy things that happened in my life. I hope you guys read the book. If you do, please write me an email to my email address. And yeah, it's on ebook. It's on ebook. Yeah, it is exactly on ebook. It's called A Crazy Life. Nobody said this shit was going to happen. You got to give the title in like that, right? But I guarantee you, if you read it, you'll love it. And let me hear from you if you do read it. I look forward to your comments, all right? Wherever you guys are at, I hope you're having a great day. Author name is my name, Matthew J. Fox. Matthew J. Fox, all right? Wherever you're at, have a great day. I'm going to come back later on this afternoon. I'm going to go do a little bit more research here, and I'll be back. You guys have a good one.